And I'm doing it with my left hand to show people,
Yes, sir.
right? Snap back, and then finish it off if I want to.
Ooh. Hello, welcome to the FormABLE Podcast. My name is Jamie Sparling, and I am the head instructor of Affinity Martial Arts and Wellness in Wausau, Wisconsin. In a world where martial artists often favor one more technique over real world application, I know I have. Have you? In that world that we live in today, where you can get a technique off the internet or you could go to the instructor, I have a great guest for you. I have G. Anthony Joseph from TCF Combat. That is Total Combat Framework. He has come in today to talk to us a little bit about his training methods, his evolution as a martial artist, and all of the above, and hopefully some more. Before we get going, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming podcasts. And without further ado, here is G. Anthony Joseph.
Wow, what an intro. I think I got to put you up for an Oscar next year, Jamie. That's definitely Oscar worthy. Woo, when you did
Wow.
that off the bat without a teleprompter.
Well, honesty's where it's at, sir. There might be some
Yes.
notes going on. There might be some notes, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed researching you, and
Mhm.
you have been so pleasant to get to know recently. I had to reach out to Mr. Steve Mosley and
Mhm.
just let him know how much I have enjoyed being able to speak with you.
Oh, well, the first thing I wanted to do were three things. One is thank you from the bottom of my mind. Notice I didn't say heart because the
Yes, sir.
mind is the real thing to having me on the show. And oh my goodness, the review that Steve Mosley gave was just I cried because I really did. I told him. I said and the thing is he did a lot of that from memory and he hasn't been with me that long and it was the first time an outsider being someone out from another system coming in and not being a long-time student has done that. And I must thank Dwight Woods because I know you spoke to him too, for um for all the, you know, telling you about us and you reaching out to us. It's really been an honor and a pleasure to be here.
I appreciate that so much. And you are such a genuine person. I can't wait to learn more about you and your evolution in the martial arts.
Oh, ask me anything, Jamie, anything. Nothing is off limits.
Great. Before I ask you too many questions, could we go through a little bit of your origin story, sir, and hear a little bit about you?
Yes. Well, I was originally born in Trinidad. My mother brought myself and my two sisters to America 1970 in Baltimore. So I grew up in Baltimore all of my teen years. It was Baltimore that what happened was I was bullied a lot in school. I was a very small, skinny kid. Well, not like I'm still not small and skinny, but I was very small and skinny, and I got bullied a lot because I was in public schools in Baltimore. And when my mother found out, I said, Mom, I got to do something about it. She got me a set of weights, started lifting. I said, Mom, I feel like I need something else. And let me tell you, this is exactly how it happened, Jamie. Long ago, you had the phone books, the real ones, right?
Hmm.
And she opened the yellow pages and she put her finger on the system Kung Fu. And I said, let's go. And that was it ever since to this day, 1970.
Wow.
One place. One place. And so that literally changed a lot of the physical and mental aspects of my life to this day. And I am still with the same. There were three to four main teachers at the system, and I am still with the main one and in touch with the second one consistently for, yeah, to this day.
Mm, that's beautiful. One of the
Yeah.
things my Tai Chi instructor had brought up to me at one time period was he uses martial arts to create relationships.
Hmm.
And I never thought of it like that. I
Right.
am one of those people who shows up and wants another technique. I'm like, feed me, feed me,
Right.
feed me.
Yeah.
But the friends that I have made along the way have been all the
Mhm.
difference in longevity. And to this day, when I have issues in my life, those are some of the first people I reach out to. It's so nice to hear that you're still in touch with those gentlemen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Still learning from them. I still go visit them in Baltimore. Every year or 2 years I go. My wife and I go to continue learning. But based off of what you said, at the end of the day, when we're 80 and 90 and we can no longer move, the little friends that you make along the way, that's what's going to matter.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth,
Yeah.
sir.
So that's kind of journey of where I came from in terms of martial arts. After that, I opened the school in Trinidad in 19. So I learned all. I got up to my last level. I left Baltimore 1980, went back to Trinidad. I opened a school late 80, 81, and that school flourished until 2004. That's where I met my wife, Ria. We got married in 87, and then that's when I came to Hollywood to be a thespian actor. I hate using the word actor. And that's where we are right here ever since. She just walked in the room. Look how beautiful she is.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, it's funny that you say that you don't like to use the word actor. I
Yeah.
did some acting myself, and one of my
Hmm.
recent teachers in acting was talking about he didn't want to hear that word. He wanted to hear the word storyteller. Do you
Did
agree?
he? Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, because you're telling people, "Look, okay, I'm going to go to the movies to see this great actor." And then people fuss, "Oh my God, he was overacting." Well, okay, what do you want, an actor? Do you want somebody to be real? What they really want is someone to be real and believable.
Hmm.
So it's like actor is like a contradictory term to what you're actually striving for. So I prefer to use thespian, just like I don't like to call a script, because in truth and in life, it's actually about those words are about somebody's life, whether it's fiction or
Yeah.
not. It's somebody's life you're trying to put into your own mind and body to go portray on screen. So I
Oh,
never liked the word. I think it's the antithesis of what we're trying to do.
I couldn't agree more, sir. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. And
Yeah.
I could tell from your performances, I got to watch a couple things
Mhm.
yesterday that
Wow, somebody's doing some homework. Okay.
well, I try,
Yeah.
Ballerina Assassin
Pleasant,
on
yes.
Amazon Prime
Amazon,
is
yes,
phenomenal,
yes.
as is
President Down. You didn't see that one yet, did you?
no, I
On
did not.
Tubi? Oh yeah, that's the bad. Oh boy, yeah, I got a lot of great reviews for that one. President Down on Tubi and Apple Plus TV.
That's great.
Yeah,
Probably we will be watching it later this evening. It is mine and my wife's anniversary
I
today.
know. I know. Congratulations. I know. I was asking the same thing. Why are you here? But he said his wife had to work, so we can excuse him for being here.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's important. I actually, in the midst of our Facebook messages, had thought to myself, I need to let him know about that, because that's, one married man to another. Those are things we don't
Yes.
want to forget.
No, 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 definitely not. How many years, Jamie?
5 years
5.
marriage, and
Very nice.
yeah,
Okay, so let me check back with me when you get to 39.
when I get okay, all right, you know,
I'll be dead by then, probably.
nobody knows, and with your exercise regimen and the way
Oh
you
my
take care
God.
of yourself, if anybody's
Yes.
still going to be around, it'll be you,
Yeah.
sir.
I always tell my wife, Please let me go first because I cannot live without her.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So, could you tell us a little bit about tactical combat framework, please?
Okay, so you mean the system itself? So
Mhm.
total combat fighting. So that's
Oh,
the actual. So right. So total combat fighting is what TCF stands for, and basically we're only concerned with three things: being able to get in without being seen, being able to hit the person as hard as possible, and get out without getting hit. That's it. Most importantly, you have to be able to handle yourself in a street fight. And if you look at the history of most street fights, you will see that the person who wins accelerates the violence the quickest and the first, and then they're out and gone. You can look at animals with the way that they fight and do the same thing. If you look at street fights, it's the same thing. And the most important thing, especially when you're learning TCF, is even though you learn the different ways of blocking and taking somebody down and doing all of that, there is never, I dare you to go on the internet and show me a street fight of anybody blocking. I dare you. Nobody blocks. Nobody blocks. So that's the kind of a nutshell of where we stand in TCF in our approach to it.
so what I hear there is I want fast,
Hmm.
efficient,
Hmm.
and elusive.
Yes, hard. So
Yeah.
one of the things I have prepared today, if we have time, is I'm going to take this and walk it outside to my hard hit type cement bag that I have outside that I hit. I have a coconut here to show you how we hit it and how we break it. Because without learning to hit hard, Jamie, from any position, 1 foot, 2 feet together, sitting down, having dinner in a cinema, then nothing else matters.
Mm.
You could have 10,000 techniques for all I care. If you cannot hit extremely hard with every shot you throw, it's pointless. If you are learning an art to preserve it, that's fine. But don't tell people they are learning all these different types of moves to be able to defend themselves and their lives. That's a different story.
Yeah. That is absolutely a different story. So I'm gonna start with a basic idea or a
Yeah.
basic question here. You said I could ask anything. Okay,
Anything. And you can
absolutely.
even ask me to demonstrate something. That's why I'm in here. And you notice we have no chairs. How can you do a martial arts podcast with people sitting down? It is meant to be, it's like Shakespeare. When we're performing Shakespeare, one of the first things my teacher taught me was Shakespeare is okay to be spoken, written, understood, but it is best understood when it's performed.
Yes,
Martial arts is it's about fighting.
yes.
It's like we say in TCF, it's the art of fighting by fighting. you know?
Oh, it's so funny you say that, sir. Uh, when I was in New York City, I was acting for a while, and I was able to go to Connecticut and be part of a small on the road group that did Shakespeare.
Yes.
And I was taught that Shakespeare is meant to be seen so you could take it all in as well.
Yes.
And we were performing for a group, I want to say, of seventh and eighth graders.
Oh,
Yes, it was
oh,
amazing. And
oh,
each actor had to say something. And that's what I said was Shakespeare was meant to be watched and
yeah.
consumed and
Yes.
not read.
Yes.
And I looked over and my director was like, and then she told me later, like, we're at a school. They're supposed to read that. They're supposed to, you just told them not to. And I was like, but I thought I
Ah,
was quoting you. And I don't know. I thought I was doing something there. So,
no, no, no. I mean, it goes hand in hand, but you cannot understand it until you get up and perform it.
yes.
You just can't. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you created TCF, Did you see a problem with modern martial arts that wasn't being addressed? And was that the spark that kind of led you to create your own system and your own method?
No, well, I didn't create it. That's it. Remember the teachers I spoke about. So let me just give you a brief overview of that. I'm
Yes,
not going
sir.
to mention their names because they're very private people to this day. So you have one main person who is in Baltimore who opens the school. He teaches and he's still developing the system 1968, 1969. By the time I come in 1970 as a 10-year-old child, it's kind of already organized. Now, it was only about 2 years ago. Remember, I'm 10 or 11 and I'm taking notes because I already know I want to go back to Trinidad and open my school. I do not like living in Baltimore. I hate cold weather. I come from the Caribbean,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So 10, 11 years old, I'm already taking notes from the beginning. That's why we have a TCF manual today that's followed from the beginning. So when I spoke to my other teacher about a year or two ago, I said, something just dawned on me. I said, how because my mom signed me up for private lessons. I said, how did you, every so often I had a different teacher in the room, how did you all know where I was when you walked into the room?
Mm.
If you weren't there last week, if they switched the teacher, he said, oh, gee, the main teacher kept a book of all the students and said, this is where G is. So and so can come this week to teach him. So this is where, so you know where you need to pick up. That's how structured it was, Jamie,
Mm.
to this day. And I am not going to mess with that structure that worked because you have to remember I'm 10, 11, 12 years old growing up, watching my teachers in the ring fighting and winning
Yeah.
with the clean technique, not wild, not crazy, right? Which we still have on tape today. And so that is what led me to continue it and continue that, if you want to call it that lineage from that point on.
Mm.
So it's not something that I created. What I'm passing on is exactly how it was passed on to me. The thing about the system, though, well, anyway, go ahead. You ask because we can always come to that. But I think that answers your question. But go
A-
ahead.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
I appreciate the honesty, and I apologize if my research was a little off there.
No, 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 no. This is what this is about. This is what
Y-
it's about.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so when we're looking at martial arts as a self-defense and a combative style
Yes.
piece there, how do you emphasize decision making under stress?
Right. Okay. Great. Great. Rhea is Rhea is smiling. Because if you get her to smile, ask Dwight or Steve. You've done a great thing for the rest of your life.
Right. I'm in there.
He's smiling, right? So it's a great question because this is what actually made the guys in the room, those three guys in that room, the things that they weren't happy with develop because it throws people off. And when I walk into a seminar or if I walk into any place and they ask me to teach, I'll call anybody out and I would say, do whatever you want. What? Do whatever you do. Don't know me. I said, do whatever you want. And that's the core. Hold on, Jamie, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Good. Maria, can you turn this off for me? Just turn it. Yeah, just turn the phone off. Yeah. So that's the core of the system when it was being developed. What? Because they had to be able to put it into something that's repeatable.
Hmm.
That's an art. If it ain't repeatable, it ain't an art. It's got to be repeatable,
Yes, sir.
just like going in to be a doctor or a surgeon, right? So what they were able to do was develop this drill called response, which we can actually do a little bit for you. And in response, you don't know what's coming, and the shots are coming at you at any. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, cancel. It's all right. End call. It's all right.
No problem.
End. It's all right. All right. So, and it was the ability to do our technique no matter what's coming. That
Hmm.
tends to impress people the most when they meet us. Well, how can you, how you don't know us? How can you read that? How can you read this? And that's the details that they went into in the system early on. So the actual drill for that is called response.
Response. Right.
So
Yeah.
you want me? You want? Yes, let's go. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do it.
So yeah, come say hi to Jamie, right? Introduce yourself. Be nice.
I bet
She
she's
said,
smiling now.
she said, I'm always nice. That's Jamie. Yes, move this back like that. I'll punch it here from here. I'll do whatever. Yeah. Jamie, tell me what frame works that's best for you. Can you see us?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
You can see us here. So can you see us? Can you see us here? Move it down a little bit.
Just down a
Okay.
little bit. Yes, sir.
Down.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is
That's
amazing.
okay. That's all right. So right here. So yeah. So right here. So just move that up. Good. Thank you, Annie. That's perfect. I work out a little bit, Jamie. Sorry, we gotta move stuff.
Sure. Take your time. Take your time, sir.
So yeah, we did one or two things. So the thing is that she can be standing with her feet together. She can be in a stance here. She can come here a little bit, right? And the thing is that I will throw, yes, and you can come after me with combinations. I'm throwing at you. I'm throwing at you here. And you're coming after me with combinations, right? So she's moving. Right? Good. So nothing here, Jamie, is planned. Nothing is planned in how we're coming at each other. We can rush, we can strike, we can do whatever we want, and the person has to respond cleanly, as you saw, doing the technique properly coming forward.
Sure. No, that's amazing. I lost a little bit of it due to
Going, yes.
moving. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see, right? Let's see if we do it here. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, no, you're fine. You're better. You're better. So right here. How's that? Right here?
Sir.
Right there. Yeah,
And
right there.
right there, I can see you both from the
You know what?
waist.
I have it coming this way. How about you do yeah. Towards him? Right. And you, no, you have to see. Yes, to see you coming forward. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh, so come, yeah. Coming no, you're coming. No, I'm coming at you. So here we go again, Jamie. Anything I'm doing. Good. Shut. Nice. Yeah.
We got that one, sir. We got that one. That was wonderful.
Right? And it's empty hand.
Mm-hmm.
There are no gloves. So you immediately learn control, you learn distance. Why did it get so close all of a sudden? You see that, Jamie? How it got so close up?
Yeah, the camera's going
Ah,
in
there
and
we
out.
go.
There you go.
There we go. There
Yes,
we go.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So control, distance, and actually, because you're not going to have gloves in the street, being able to hit pinpoint with the proper targets as you're coming forward.
Mm.
And if you notice, it's a wave, Jamie.
Sir.
It's a wave. So it's not, if she's here, it's not. Oh, the camera actually moves in and out when we move away. That's interesting. Never saw that before. Right? So, yeah. So it's not, Jamie, it's not 1, 2, 3. See, that's when you're doing a percussive type action. In attacking in a wave, she's going to back up for safety purposes for now, right? But in a wave, you're attacking in one move with all the combinations coming forward.
Yes.
In a wave, in one action.
So what I see and what I'm hearing is that movement begets movement.
Yes. It doesn't mean the first one is not put there to take you out, but we always have the follow-up in mind afterwards.
Yes, sir.
And the orbital aspect of it is we're not going from this point. So we're not going from, she can show you a perfect example. This is called a rechamber, right? Yeah, you can rechamber with the front hand. So we're not like that. So do it again so you can see, right? So she's not waiting for one strike to come back for the other strike to go in. And no matter where you move, you can't bob, slip, and weave it. I'll show you. I'm not going to tell her where I'm going to move.
Yes, sir.
Again, the idea of response, real response, right? I'm not going to tell her when I attack, but watch how she changes. She can change in any direction at any time while keeping the balance. Because if you notice, 99% of the world, Jamie, when they attack, see if you can do this wrong. When they attack, they kind of land and do that.
Yes, they catch their
See?
balance.
Yes,
Yes.
because their balance, really, you can explain that better than me. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Yes,
it's just that you don't want to throw your center of gravity so far forward when you're committing to a punch or a kick that you're no longer in control. The foot or the hand is taking you somewhere.
Oh, okay. That
So
makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Makes
if you
Absolutely.
sense?
let gravity overcommit, what you see a lot of times is if the kick doesn't hit the target or it goes past, they lose control of their center of gravity and their leg actually takes them somewhere rather than you taking your body somewhere.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like watching those bubble guys, that you put on a car and it does this, so that even if it kicks out or punches in any direction, it's really going for a point. It knows that point. If that point moves, it knows to pull it back to go to the next point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, when you're pressure testing things,
Yes.
have there been like, are there any failures or unexpected outcomes that have shaped the evolution of how you teach or how you share the art?
Because Ria is still a student, she always says, "Gee, teach me." Let her answer
Pressure
that.
testing.
Yeah, there you go.
I would
She
say
doesn't like to show her pretty face all the time.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile. I'm going
yeah,
to
Look at
get
the
extra
smile.
points for this. I'm going to get extra points for
Extra
making you
point. There
smile.
you go. There you go.
yeah, there's not much that has changed over the years. I don't think. I've seen it evolve over 4 decades, and I wouldn't say that. I mean, when you're doing martial arts, right? You're confined to unless you're actually attacked in the street, you're really confined into doing ring fighting or any kind of those organized tournaments in order to test what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of a actual encounter in a street fight, those are the ways that you would pressure test it. Otherwise, for power, for example, we have a number of exercises that do allow us to test whether we have enough power on a single strike or multiple strikes. So I wouldn't say any of that training has changed over
Decades.
the time I've been with them. Um, and I guess that really is a compliment to those who sat down and thought out how are we going to make this thing work in a real way, not as a legacy style, for example, but as a style that actually fulfills all the boxes that they set up to be checked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great answer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I was
Yeah.
mainly asking for me because I
Yeah.
quite often, well, right now I'm on like my third reiteration of my school because I've moved
Mhm.
throughout Wisconsin to be closer to my son.
Right.
And my first school, well, I always tell the students now that we're always trying to make things better. And that if my students from the first school saw what we do now, they'd probably be pretty jealous because there's a lot of trial and error in there in the
Mhm.
midst of it. I never did martial arts as a child. I never did uh, very many progressive systems, right, if you
Right.
will,
Mhm.
until later when I wanted to learn how to progress. And the more I taught, I felt like, well, I just need to be quiet every once in a while and make sure that I'm still training and going to somebody and getting answers. So that was mainly for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to kind of bring it down to a real objective basis, it's like the Earth spins around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. You can't change that no matter what you do. If it slows down, it goes flying off, we're all dead. I mean, that's it. So that's an objective reality. That's what they were searching for in TCF. Once you find that, that's the reality of it.
Yes.
And that's why we always tell people you gotta give this darn thing 3 years. You cannot go away and mix it with a bunch of other things because it's gonna be like taking an Android and uploading it into a Mac. It just or an iPhone. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work because it's a whole structure of movement and placement that's you have to keep reinforcing for at least 3 years.
What you just said made so much sense to me because with the Apple and the Android, you have an operating system,
Yes.
right? They might do the exactly same things, maybe slightly different, but
Yep.
if the operating system cannot communicate to each other,
No.
then it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You got
Yeah.
a $1,000 paperweight.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
What is the biggest difference that you see between someone who's technically trained and
Hmm.
somebody who's more like tactically trained, if that makes sense?
Form. She answered it right away. The form. Come say. Come, no,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. It's nice. I love to hear her speak, you know.
Yeah,
Come.
if she could come if she could come a little closer too,
Come here.
she's
Come
got
here.
some
Come say
gems
it.
right there.
Yeah, of
And I
course she does.
already made her smile.
Yeah.
So I
And
mean,
plus Dwight and they are gonna say, why did you leave her out?
No,
So I want to give her a time and then go ahead.
no, well, the question was directed to you.
It's okay. No, he's talking to both of us.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna make it fun when you post it, right?
yeah, of course, of course. And if
Yeah,
you could
those who
come
are
up,
technically trained
Yeah.
actually knows how to form a kick and a punch. Those who are tactically trained, they're just looking for the engagement, I would say.
okay.
But those who've been technically trained actually knows what a powerful kick or the formation of a powerful kick should look like, or the formation of a powerful punch all the elements it should contain, versus just going for the the engagement.
Yeah, that
And
makes
I
a
think,
lot of sense. Excuse
yeah,
me.
no, but I think that's what has made the combat martial arts world now so not technically beautiful to look at. I have not looked at boxing matches for close to 20, 25 years. I never looked at MMA until when I first saw it because it was all about the tactical and the technician was all gone. I'm not interested in seeing people swing around the globe just to hit somebody in front of them. I'm not interested in seeing somebody on the ground and people have to swing 10, 15 times before the referee rushes in and stops them or before they knock the person out. When you do something technically right, Jamie, a punch, a strike, an elbow, that person should not be standing up. The follow up is only there just in case.
In the midst of the training, how much do you focus with your students on attributes like speed, strength, and stamina versus like structure or technique at the very beginning?
It's all combined because you have to understand how the mind, and I've spent a lot of time on this, Jamie, since the 1970s, 80s to this day, on how the mind works. You're only going to perform in how you were taught. So when they're taught those things, the moment they get how to punch and kick singly properly,
Yes, sir.
then it's on to moving, response, the takedowns, and doing it in a way where it still remains technically right because technique was developed for a darn reason. It wasn't developed for you to come out and do this. If you're going to do that, then you might as well go and be a street fighter. So all of those elements are brought in at the same time. That's why you hardly ever see it. I know I joke about this. I said, why do you guys have these stupid focus mitts? Because it's giving people too many bad habits. I always say the way to know if you can really fight, Jamie, and understand what a technique does when you're working speed, boom, technique, power is when something is coming back at you.
Yeah.
That's the only time. You don't know it any other way. You can throw 10 kicks at a pad, 15 things at a bag, and whatever the case is. And the moment somebody gets in front of you, it's all over the place
Yeah. I've
because it
seen that.
wasn't trained and your body remembers that.
Great answer, sir. Great answer. Could I ask what kind of bad habits that a lot of focus mitt training produces in students, in your opinion?
Oh my God. She just did like this on her finger. I love my wife. You gotta love her.
Yeah.
Dwight and they come in and go, oh my God, why did she have to tell me the truth?
Well, that truth isn't always popular, but it is
Okay,
interesting.
I'm actually gonna show you rather than tell you. Bring a pad, bring a focus. Oh yeah, we got one of those stupid focus, yeah. Take it out of way bottom. Uh, oh, okay. Okay, why not? Yeah, why not? Okay, so
I just want to say that this is
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal and you must believe in it because the focus mitts are actually up, stuck away. Probably you got to blow the dust off them at this point.
So, number one, if you look carefully at when people hit focus mitt, don't even talk about if they hit it with their hands off. Let's say they have a glove on. Watch this very carefully, James. One is fine. So watch this very. Can you see this?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Watch this very carefully. Stay right there. Watch. Actually, I want Jamie to be able to see it so he can say it. I want you to, yes, I want you to say it, Jamie. Watch. What is it? See, people can't tell what it is. It goes back to technically understanding something first. A shot, a, a shot, stay right there, Rhea. A shot, when you hit something, is a point. It is a point. I don't care if you're doing overhand right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're doing a hook. I don't care if you're doing an uppercut, right?
Yeah.
Every one of those strikes is a point. And what happens when you give people focus, because they don't understand that in the first place, when you give people a focus mitt to hit, because it's a focus mitt and not somebody's head with headgear on, they drag the strike.
Okay.
They're dragging the strikes. So if you look at her hand now, look at the difference. Look at if you can see her hand and her shoulder.
Yes, sir.
This is when I drag. That's when I drag. Same shot, the same intensity. This is when I point, but look at her shoulder. Huge.
Yes.
That's just one. If I pick that one, somebody with sense will put these stupid things down for a while. Right? Number two is right. She listed out all of them on her fingers. Number two is rape. Where's the person's head, Jamie? Where is the person's head?
In this case, it is behind the focus mitt and to your right or left.
So what you're teaching people to do is wrong distance. You're teaching them to plant in this spot, hit this thing, even if something is coming back at them in one spot. Who stays in one spot? That's why they look good doing it. The moment a fight starts, it goes like this because the person's not in one spot anymore. So distance, a false sense of distance. You want to call the other one?
The focus mitt doesn't strike back unless you're doing it with us.
Unless you're doing it with us.
Sure.
So if somebody said, okay, G, all right, but we can't go hitting each other. Okay, I said, you know what? As long as the focus mitt hits you back, because you don't know if you have a strike properly, if you're not dragging, right? If you're not moving, unless something is coming back at you, right? So if something is coming back, and if I go to hit this, hit me upside the head with that, right? If I go to hit, boom, and she does that, that's the only use we can see if you want to do it. And it's got to be just not this, Jamie, not this nonsense. Swing it over my head when I hit this, right? You see?
You still
Okay.
have a distance problem too. It's good for some things. It's good for something. It's good for motion. So showing combinations at a moving target. That's what we use it for. That's why we have them. You have moving targets and we throw combinations at targets that move. But that's not per se what you're going to do in the ring. It's just training to hit a moving target. That's all it's training.
Yes.
And what I did was I actually only used it 2 weeks out before a fight because they still have to hit hard, but they can't hurt each other.
Okay.
See? So now but I'll still have them moving with it. Moving.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's standing up in one spot doing, and the other side is trying to hit the person. Legs, body, head,
Not
you
a
know.
combination on a pad that's sitting waiting for you.
Ria, could you come closer,
Yeah.
please, so that you
You
could
come to see
repeat
the
that,
camera.
please?
Yeah, for
It's
some.
not a the way we train, it's not a set plan combination to like hook, duck now, throw the uppercut now, here comes the last one. No, it's moving target. You pick your combination and you better hit it when you launch.
Okay.
So it's not a planned set of moves because a fight is never a planned sequence.
So there are no
Sequence.
there are zero planned sequence drills in this art. Zero.
Hmm.
Zero. And it has proven itself in the ring and in competition because when you look at it, you go, oh my God, that's just how they moved in the interview. That's how they move when they're practicing. And hardly anyone can do that, Jamie. Can make it look the way it looks when you guys are practicing
Yeah.
with stuff coming back at you.
Oh, absolutely agreed. We're back to the looping punches and all those style of things and that.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. Could
Yes.
you reference or send me a clip of one of the fights, sir?
Yeah. I'll send you, we posted it a couple of times on Facebook. I'll send you when we hang up. I'll send you a couple of those links. You just click on it. It'll go to Facebook, but it will go right to it. And in fact, one time I actually, because everybody was so impressed, in one fight Rhea was in where she was attacking the girl with the knees up like we do. And I actually, on the post, after I showed some of the fights, I slowed it down step by step. This is what she did. One, two, knee up here. And you can see it frame by frame in the fight, just like how she practices.
That's amazing. I'm really looking forward to checking that out, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. One of the things I noticed by looking at some of your videos, you have it right behind you, is the double end bag.
Yes.
Yeah,
If the world was going to end tomorrow, and God said, pick one thing from your gym. You only take one G, you have four. That it would be that.
really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it would be that. No, besides the fact that I modified it,
Hmm.
no one to this day can strike me back as fast and from the angles that ball strikes me back from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Could you demonstrate a
Yes.
drill with that? That would be
Yes.
great.
Yes. So keep in mind that, let's see how far back. Wow, Ria, the plug came out or we took it out? Okay, yeah, I think we took it out. Yeah. So you go here like that. You can see this here, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
So you see how it moves and all these. If you look at the modern day ones, they're kind of like right here. You see people going, why does the camera keep doing that though? See how it's closing in the back? Got to figure that out. Never done that before. But you can see when they go ta 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 ta, ta, right? What's
Yeah.
the point of that? Who fights like that? Nobody fights like that. When you go to hit someone or strike at them, right? They are coming back at you. And the closer you get, sometimes, watch how I close this distance when I hit it and what the ball is actually doing. Right there, right on top of me.
Hmm.
I have to make sure I'm not dragging. So I'm not doing that or doing that with my hand. I have to make sure when I strike, I got the head out of the way, or I got the head moving back and then coming back forward. It's a fight. It's a
Yeah.
fight. And it's one of the things that I love most about the ball is the ability to move around it. So I can move on any angle, right? At any time, exiting anywhere I want, with whatever strikes I want. And notice how short how short, Jamie, the strikes are.
Yeah. Also, what I noticed there, and the camera there is coming from zoom as it moves. I
Yeah.
have it set up to keep me in frame. I had no idea that it would probably keep you in frame. So I
Oh,
apologize
good.
for that.
Okay.
That's
No, yeah,
not
I was wondering because I've never seen that before. My thing is moving around like that. So
yeah.
strange.
Yeah, like the third time you said you never saw it before I realized it was me. I was like, it's gotta
Oh,
be
it's
the way that
you.
it's gotta be
It's
because
you doing it. Okay, well then I'll stop moving my thing. Okay, great.
well,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
All
there
right, good. Yeah,
it's a feature on the
good.
Zoom
Okay,
platform. So,
great.
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
one of the
Perfect.
things I noticed is when you talked about how others use it, you have to hit in a straight line all the time. There's no moving or curving because when you have to hit it so it comes back right at this angle
No,
back at
no,
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 well, I'm just saying
no.
the other training methods
Oh, right, right, right. Yes, yes,
seem to
yes,
be that if
yes.
you gotta hit it
Right.
clean, like English almost in
Yes,
pool for it to
yes,
come back, but when you're moving, then
yes,
you've got various angles that go, and, you have to stay alive for that. That's brilliant.
yes. And that's why I modified the bottom part and I kept the old-fashioned type because it allows me to do that. But even when we're looping, Jamie, watch this carefully. Even when we're going around and we're looping like that, we're not really. We aren't really. Because when you study combat and being a technician, what I'm actually doing is if I stand here and throw the stupid hooks, you see people do this and then they loop it around like that, right? That's because nobody rushes people anymore and hits them down the center when they open up. So they all cower and back up like this all the time, right? You
Makes
can't do
sense,
that
yes?
with us. You can't swing around your hand because we're going to be right on top of you. But if we want to loop the hand, all we do is move the center off and still loop the hand.
Bringing the body to make the looping kinetic connection.
Yes,
Oh, that's brilliant. Uh,
yes.
I have a double end bag, and I really have not been in a whole lot of schools that
Okay.
used it, but I think I'm going to hook it up this evening.
No, no, it's everything. It's everything, Jamie. It allows the hands, it allows the elbows. You know what I mean? It allows being able to walk around it, move around it, don't hit it again, move around it, shift. I mean, everything.
Mm, talk about stimulus response.
Yes,
There's
yes.
no, yeah, there's no way to get around it when that double end bag is coming at different angles and whatnot.
So all the training is designed like that. It's designed mostly with stuff coming back at you. So remember that one line. If there's anything anybody remembers about TCF, you don't really have a move until crap is coming back at you.
Hmm. If you could pick one thing that every martial artist, or maybe just one particular, either way, that maybe somebody, what is one thing that martial artists could unlearn that would help their uh, their evolution?
Yeah, Ria thought the same way I did. Stop planting. Everybody hits something, they plant.
Yeah,
It doesn't allow you to have an exit strategy. You're going to get hit if you meet a good counter fighter. Stop planting. Everything with TCF is on the toes. So that, look at this jab very carefully. Watch this very carefully,
sir.
Jamie. Watch. See what I did on that jab? I took my right foot off the point as I'm doing the jab so I can come in with the cross on the other side. Because I'm not going to take a chance with a counter fighter standing up right here, trying to go boom, and then he count. See what the ball is? The ball just hit me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? The ball just hit me by planting down in that spot. Even if you think you're fast enough and you plant, you're going to get hit sooner or later, and it's going to be bad.
Mm,
So if there's one thing I can tell any martial artist is stop planting. The moment we touch, come Rhea, let Rhea do this. So the moment that I am so glad, Jamie, it's you going in and out like that. Mwah, thank you. The moment if she attacks me, look at where she goes because there is no, do whatever you want. Because there's no planting. See, there's no planting. She can afford to change direction, come on anytime. If I attacked her back, I don't want to get into a fight right now, but
Sure.
if I had attacked her back in between what she was doing, she'd be able to deal with it and keep coming.
That is totally contradictory to so many different things. Even in MMA, they talk, and I wonder when I watch it. My first Sifu, he always had us on the balls of our feet.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watch MMA, they really talk about connecting to the ground, being flat footed to gain that power. But once again, we're into those looping style blows concept. How do you teach somebody that?
Because you have to come at it from a really logical scientific point of view. No one does that anymore, Jamie. And this segues right into what you just said. The only way to teach somebody that is to teach them how important moving and speed is. So let me show you something. I want to show you this practically. There are only three things on my wall in this gym. If you have more than three things in any endeavor you have, it's too much. Three things. Three things. Here is one. We're probably going to cover all three because you're probably going to come up with a different question now, right? And I want to read it to people so they see that I have this on my wall for almost a decade or more.
Thank you.
The laws of physics determine that the force of impact increases with the square of the increase in speed. So if you double the speed of a car, you increase its force of impact by 4 times. Triple its speed, you've now done that 9 times as great. So your goal is not to plant and go like that. That is not power, right?
Yeah.
Speed times force equals power. And the addition of the movement and light movement, because it's movement is adding to the power.
Sure.
So that when people say, well, how do you practice speed and how do you practice power? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's one thing.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
one thing. So now when I have to hit this bag, look at my body, look at the reaction of the bag, right? And look what my body does. I'm moving off. I'm moving off as I'm hitting it.
Yeah.
And that's left or right side.
You probably already answered this, but I'm going to ask again for once again.
Hey, Rhea, do you think this is the best podcast we've ever had so far? Go ahead, Jamie.
I'm enjoying it so much. I really am. How do you teach someone to be elusive in that way on the balls of their feet and develop that attribute of speed?
Think about it, Jamie. If you look back long ago, even the heavyweights moved. Think about it.
Yeah.
When did this whole planting thing come into being? I have no idea. And that's why I started ranting about this stuff when I first came on social media about 5, 6 years. And I wondered, what are they doing? Like, and they're teaching people this stuff. So to answer your question, you have to you first of all have to be able to do it. You
Mm-hmm.
students do not listen to you, Jamie. They watch you.
Mm.
They don't listen. You can talk all you want. They're not listening. Your class has to be like this, and they have to see you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if they see you suddenly go, let me see if I can, what's the best? Let me do it against the ball. If they see you one day do, watch my body carefully. So if they see you one day do plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, look at my body. See? moving into it and elusive while being light, while exiting,
Mm.
they're going to get it. But you have to be able to know how to do it in a structured, understanding way first.
Sir, have you heard of Phil Norman's Ghost Elusive Combat?
There was a guy who was going to come to me on the internet, and then he never came. And he said something, he posted something on one of my posts one day, and then I saw that he was into ghosts. But you see flashes of it, but I don't. There's no detail to go into and look at anything.
I had an opportunity to do a little bit, and I think that you and Phil Norman would have a great conversation on being elusive and power and all those things. I would almost give anything to be a fly on the wall just to like be out to lunch and just
Yeah.
write down notes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question? I want to
It
make sure your questions are being answered, though. Does that answer your
it
question?
absolutely does. It
Yeah.
absolutely does. The style of TCF or the system of TCF, if I am understanding correctly, was rooted in Kung Fu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the reason I don't like to mention, okay, we weren't there for the influences. I was only there when it was done. So
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like to guess. I don't like to guess. But the only reason why I don't want to mention what I have heard, not what I saw.
Mm.
I don't like to talk about things that I heard. Is that I know it was influenced by 3 or 4 other systems, but the reason why I don't mention them is because people go, oh, well, that doesn't look like that. Okay, well, that's why it was developed and changed the way it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's great. That's great. That's the best answer I could possibly ask for,
yeah,
and as I've
right.
got to know you a little bit, I'm not surprised.
Yes,
You want to be as genuine and authentic in your teachings as possible. So you choose
yes.
not to tell a story that you heard of a story from somebody that might have one day been the influence.
She's nodding again, Jamie.
Yeah.
She's nodding. Uh-oh, I don't know, Jamie.
Uh,
I don't know. She's like this.
well,
Well,
I.
this is one of the reasons why too, Jamie, that when people come, sometimes I don't mean to do it, but when people
Mhm.
come to visit, they say, gee, how do you break those coconuts? It just seems impossible. I say, look, this is how physics works. This is how your body actually works. And sometimes I'll have it in my hand. So when you hit it, boom, and I'll break it. And they'll go, oh my God. The point of that is, though, I don't want to be one of those here. I want people to say, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there when I saw it.
That's amazing that you say that. As we talked about one day, there have been times when Guru Dan would talk about Jeet Kune Do, and then there would be someone that would maybe have a different influence, and he'd want to keep us moving. So sometimes he would just go, "Well, they weren't there," and
Yeah,
you'd be like, "Well,
yeah,
okay, fair enough. Moving on, moving
yeah,
on." You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I hate these hearsay story. It drives me up a wall. It's hearsay. I want people to say I was there, I saw it. I think Dwight was here one day and we were doing something, and I said, put the camera over there. And he said, well, I said, just put the camera. And he went, and so I said, I think I can do this on one foot. So I picked up the coconut and I got on one foot and I held it and I broke it. And you could hear him laughing behind the camera, like, what is this?
well, I know that he and both Steve, they think so highly of you and your teachings, and Seafood Dwight had actually brought up that if I could see your wife Rhea move, that I'd really get to, I'd get to see it, and like that would be a really cool thing. So I just want to say thank you for her to come on and show that piece too. That's really, really
Yeah.
important.
She ain't done yet. We're not letting her go yet. We don't know what's coming.
Oh, no, no, I'm not saying that we're done, but how do
Great
you
questions. Great questions, though, Jamie, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How do you choose for each student what they're working on? Is it very and I think you already answered this, but I'm
Yeah.
just
Go ahead.
yeah, from person to person, uh, how do you teach people that are of like maybe different ages, different sizes, different body types,
Yeah.
this progression in the system?
I have the knack ability, and so does Ria, to immediately recognize what a person's issue is, even on day one.
Mm,
So I won't say we'll modify the technique, but we will modify how it's taught because, of course, it's like acting, right?
mhm,
If I'm in an acting scene and I have to sell a pair of glasses, and a woman comes and she sees this pair of glasses, and we sit down and I say, here, try these on, and she puts them on, and I see her do this in the mirror. Then I know immediately she's a visual person. She wants to know how she looks. If a person picks it up and does this with it and fools around, suddenly they're about touch and feel and technical issues. So
mhm,
we can immediately tell by the way somebody moves, how they understand, whether they're going to understand better by me coming at them,
mhm.
by seeing Rhea and I do something, right? Or by actually touching while doing it, or having them watch something first. And then we decide, okay, well, this is the best way to make sure they get everything they get immediately. You cannot, this is not a cookie cutter kind of thing. And
So
that's why recent seminars, Dwight started this we never had seminars in all the decades.
mm,
Dwight was the one that did it. Dwight and Ron Goldstein and Doc were the ones that did it. The first one last year, August, back in Miami. And if you look at the footage of that seminar, Jamie, you will see me when I give them I'm walking around. I want to make sure they get it, right? And I can tell, okay, well, okay, this person is not getting it. This is what they need. They need to see it immediately. It's important to us.
mm, that's that's beautiful. And as I talked about with our school, I've learned a lot by kind of frankly making mistakes at times, and I realized that I
Mhm.
need to listen to my students as well as talk, but the listening is going to come from
Mhm.
watching, also using my ears,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? And just being
Yes.
aware of that person.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be in tune with each person to teach them properly.
Yeah. Could you give us some insight onto how to be in tune with a student?
Um, Easy. So I know all of my students, I no longer have a school, I teach privately, but all the old students from Trinidad still come to me. They come from France and St. Kitts and New York, they just come from all over. So immediately when we get in the garage on, let's say, the first day, and I'm going to call real names and I say, Brian or Ria, come up, do this, right? So for instance, I can come here. So I'm going to have her purposely make a mistake, right?
Okay.
But this is a mistake she used to make. So she's so confident in her fighting because she has been so successful fighting in tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sometimes you can take that for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want anyone to ever take it for granted. So sometimes, for instance, she will come this way. Yeah, right here. So sometimes, for instance, is it which side do you attack it where you keep this hand a little low? Usually the right hand. So if the
Yeah,
right and it's usually that with everybody.
if the right hand is, if the left hand is,
It's
if the right hand is the
left hand.
covering hand, yeah.
Right. So show me which one is usually lagging.
Right.
The right
If
hand.
the right hand isn't striking, it's lagging.
So sometimes I would immediately see things like this. So she will do something, and see now, now see she did it, see she can't do it wrong anymore, right? But what happened? She can't do it wrong anymore. Do it wrong way. Right? So if wrong is watch this hand. See now, see that backhand?
Yep.
See that backhand? But she's so confident because look at the attack though. She's so confident with not having to worry about this time because she knows she's going to, in the wave attack, she's going to probably hit you here. She's going to hit you the elbow. She's going to hit you the head, right? You're not going to have time to recover and come counter her anyway.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah, I see that.
So she's not worried about somebody countering because there's no room in between there to counter. She's not going in, out, boom, bang, like that. But I told her, always remember if you're fighting me. I tell all of them. Right?
That's a good
And
answer.
I will, so let's say she makes the mistake again. You can do the attack. See, I'm looking for that opening.
The hand is not active.
I'm looking for that opening, and I went right in where that hand is as she's coming in. Not many people can do that response because of response
Yes.
and reading the drills. See?
He's wanting to know how do you know.
So each person, when they come in, I can immediately see what their faults are or what they haven't been working on, and I correct it right there immediately. I'll do it over and over again, a couple of times, and then let them go doing free response or fighting or sparring to make sure they have it in that situation.
So there's a lot of live interaction with the TCF system.
Very, Jamie.
Where does where
Say that as she said, few drills, a lot of fighting.
Okay. Now, when most people hear training and think of fighting, they think of sparring.
Yes.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
does that fit into the equation, and how do you emphasize real world sparring versus an athleticism or combat sport style of sparring?
That's a great, great question,
Thank
Jamie.
you.
Okay. I'm only allowed to give out a certain amount of information online out of respect for my teacher who said, can you please not show them this or show them that, show them that. There's
Yes, sir.
certain things, and so I kind of know what line to draw. Okay. Let me see if I can make this very easy for you. If we were really sparring,
Mm-hmm.
so pretend this is the other guy
Okay.
and he's punching and kicking at me. There's something called a kill zone.
Mm-hmm.
So the kill zone, Priya, she loves that topic. She loves that topic. The kill zone, if you look at most fights today or people training, this is what you see. Can you see the space between us?
Yes, sir.
So she's going to try to do it wrong and attack me, but stay in the kill zone. Stay in the kill zone. Go. But do it fast, yeah. Bam, bam, bam. See, that's what people do. Oh, bam, like that. And she still touched me on my nose.
And you're smiling about it. It's awesome. You're like,
That's the
yes.
control. That's the control we have. She touched me with her knuckle right on my nose, right? But if you notice now freeze when you get there. Boom. See, everybody's attacking in the kill zone,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, I'll explain what the kill zone
Yeah,
is.
go ahead.
The kill zone is actually where the other person could still hit you with the end of their strike. Right?
Got it.
So they might close,
They
but
might
they
close,
stay
yes, but
here.
they stay here.
And you taking a half-inch step, which most people
Yeah,
would do,
yeah.
and that leaves you right at the end of their focus.
It's one of the biggest flaws in combat today, that kill zone area. So now after talking to them, you go back and you look at people fighting and training, you go, oh, Jesus, that big space down the center. Remember, TCF it's going to crash that zone immediately. So if we were really sparring,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't see stuff like that and that and that. I don't want to, you do it to me. I don't want to do it to her because she's always said, you hurt me. All right. Attack, and come in with the python.
And stay in the kill zone.
Keep coming. Watch how she attacks now. Can you see?
Yep.
Yeah.
For those
All
at
right.
home, we were talking about the kill zone here,
Yeah.
and Mr. Joseph is going to show us and explain exactly how TCF uses it.
Wow. Guess what, Jamie? It's still doing it.
Okay, wait, hold on. Just turn it towards the.
Yeah. If it doesn't affect how it looks on your end, Jamie, Yeah, I can go lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been great so far. I just thought
Yeah.
maybe I could make it better, but
Yeah. Yes, yeah, it was closing in and out. Okay. All right. So right. So like can you see her feet there,
No.
Jamie?
I can see from the knee down.
Well, that's okay. That's all he needs to see anyway, right? So what we were explaining, let me start this from here. What we were explaining was this. So in a typical sparring situation, you see people move around and they jab or they cross or they kick and they distance and they shift and they move, right? They're working on timing, distance, trying to get in all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the kind of the finals level of TCF, if you came to the gym and watched the advanced people, if they don't want to dance around and move around, you see them do stuff like this. So the person will set up, like over there, she's setting up, she's going to do her attack, and however she, but look at the way she does the attack. We set like this or like that. Okay, yeah, that's it, okay. Watch how she attacks. So it's crash the kill zone. It's not about, right? If you notice carefully, she immediately crashed the zone, right? It's
Yes.
not about jab, kick, get the timing. Okay, let me move in now. She's gonna crash that zone immediately. And then after that, it's open season because everyone is expecting the distance to try to hit somebody. They're
Mm-hmm.
not expecting you to crash so that if you came in and you saw an advanced class really fight,
Mm-hmm.
that's how they're fighting.
Thank
It's
you.
not like, does that make sense?
That makes total sense. And I notice as well that your wife is covering lines fluidly as she's advancing. Is that what I'm seeing, sir?
Yeah, you want to tell? Yes, because we see the body. We don't see your body like head, here, 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 and here. We see it like a clock. So the lines you see her covering are all the lines of a clock because everyone is used to, Jamie, watch this. Everyone is used to blocking this line or that line,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or this line or that line. They're not used to blocking that line. 11 o'clock, 11:30, 4 o'clock. They're not used to those lines.
Yes, sir.
So there's no defense for it. I have done this in front of people, Jamie, where I say, I'm telling you, I'm coming with this shot. Do whatever you want. And I'll come at like 11 o'clock. They still can't stop it because they're not used to seeing it. But anyway, moving on. So once they are on that, when you see them dancing and moving around, as Ria said to me, it's definitely about, you can tell them distance, time, all that. Yeah. Oh, it's the original question, as I understood it, was how do you train for a combat versus, say, a sparring, a friendly sparring session? Was that the original question? Yes.
That was a general question. Yeah.
All right. So whether you're doing combat fighting or whether you're doing friendly sparring, there are building blocks to sparring, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you don't just join in the class and try to crash a zone, for example, or join in the class and try to figure out, am I in the kill zone or not? There are specific building blocks for that we do along the way. First year will be like zoning, parry combination takedown within a certain space, that sort of thing. But once you build up to the sparring, then if I understand correctly, what he was trying to get across was that even with the combat sparring that you see now, people tend to because they don't have those building blocks, they tend to stay where the apex of a punch is. So if I punch at him or if he punches at
Right.
me, my natural reaction would be to take a half a step,
Right.
right? But he's landing right at the end of my punch. He's not crashing, he's not getting out of the zone what we consider a kill zone, where everything will land, because he's still on the end of my punch or my kick. So that punch or that jab,
Mhm.
if he stays there, doesn't bother me because now he's on the end of everything I have to throw at him. So if you ignore the range, the zone, as we call it, then you're really just sitting back
Playing
for everything that's
For
going to.
everything.
well,
You're sitting back.
at that point, we're just playing tag. That's what I'm
Yes,
hearing.
that's exactly
That's
it.
exactly it.
Thank
That's
you.
the word for it. And that's what we see when we look online. People are playing tag.
Even the way they practice, they're practicing to stay within a kill zone.
Yeah. And they're in a
You're
zone.
in a kill zone. You're on the end of my punch.
So
You're not closing or reducing that distance that's going to take you out of trouble. You're staying within the trouble while you're trying to work your technique. So you're not doing anything to get yourself out of trouble. You're focused on your attack, but you're not focused on how you're placing that attack for it to be successful.
Now, you heard what you said in the beginning, Jamie. It's the building blocks of TCF.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk into a room and I'm teaching someone privately, look at them for a minute and walk out, and then it'll be over. And she said, I saw what you're doing. They're not going to get it. I said, why? She said, because you forgot that part right there, or you decided to skip over it. You better go back and teach them, or else they'll never get what you're trying to show them.
That must be really difficult to do in seminars then.
Yes, because in seminars, we have to keep it really basic.
Mm-hmm.
Because like one of the other things we discovered in the whole sparring thing, again, if you look at any fight today, or especially if you look at MMA, if you notice, what you'll notice is this. You'll notice that they can't go beyond 3 moves. So they might go 1, 2, 3. And if the person moves, if you can see my feet, they start crossing like that. They can't fight beyond 3 moves. And so in seminars, we would keep it very basic and say, okay, today we're going to work on moving basics across the floor, where if somebody runs, you can chase them with technique while covering the distance. Or we're just going to work on not dragging your strikes, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're right, because this is going to be the 3rd seminar, I think, Dwight and they are organizing in February, end of February in Miami. And they have noticed, like, I've been telling a story each seminar, because more like it's the same people that's been coming, the new people that's been coming, and they get to see that I'm building upon building. It's not like, okay, let me see, what am I going to teach today?
Yeah, foundational blocks. And if I could say so myself, I'm learning so much here, and your wife is an excellent teacher.
Very.
Excellent. When she answered my question, and I wasn't even sure what it was anymore, but I got an extra answer, and it's just you got to thank her for me. That's great. That's great.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
What you had just said a minute ago is how you were telling a story throughout that.
Yes.
Your thespian background and your martial art background. What I'm getting right now is it would be hard to take one out of the other because they are all uniquely G. Anthony Joseph.
Yeah, because too, I took a lot of my martial arts training to my drama. The focus, the intensity, like we don't do anything in TCF, even if we're practicing, if I'm showing somebody something slow. So if I'm showing everybody a move, if I say, if the person charges at you, let's say with a jab, look at this carefully. So she's going to do it fast first, do it fast. It was just enough to get out of the way. But even when I'm doing it slow, Jamie, so I'll say do it slower. I will do it the same exact way. We are never lackadaisical, ever. And it's one of the things that I took from my martial arts to my drama too. Nothing, even when it's done slow and I'm trying to work on a project or a character, you've got to be able to take your time. If you cannot do it slow, you can't do it fast.
That makes so much sense in that way. Like committing to choices.
Yes, there is too much. If you notice seminars today, and when people teach, they'll teach a move and they'll say, okay, I want you to parry the shot. I want you to just pan. I want you to just throw these hooks, and you see, like, they're watching you. They're watching you. So if I do that slow, I'll go, I want you to carry the shot. I want you to take the shot. I want you to hook it over here. I want you to step this way. I want you to hook this here. And then I want you to uppercut this right here. That's slow, but that's intensity.
Almost as if what Bruce Lee called emotional content, or am I stretching too much here?
No, it's okay. I mean, it's like why?
It's
Yeah,
really an intent.
it's an
It's
yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't describe it as an emotion. It's really just a choice of will, an intent. So if we're shooting something, there's a difference between punching at him and going, which is fast, and then something that's intent, which is way you intend to reach your target. It's a choice of will versus a technically correct, but no intent behind it.
Choice of will. Can I use that in my classes? I don't know if there's any trademark or anything, but that was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, where do you think right now martial arts in general needs to go? Because right now, I'm going to quote one of my instructors, Rick Fay, is that we're really good at analyzing one person versus another in a well lit area, as opposed to being able to flow or uh, intentionally mark the territory, if that makes sense.
That comes after people who are teaching. I am not saying this in a derogatory way.
Yes, sir.
Understand how to technically do a freaking punch and kick properly first. We have nothing without that. And I have not seen anyone yet, especially people who are teaching today and they're teaching people a jab and a do it right. There is one coach left alive who is kind of still teaching people the right way. He flashed across my screen recently. I said, wow, he's still teaching. That's good. Most of them are gone. And I'll actually bring up this right. I don't read many fighting books, but I picked up this about 5 years ago. And I picked it up because of the title, The Arc of Boxing and the Rise and Decline of a Sweet Science, because I was ranting about so many things. I was like, why is no one else talking about this? The interesting thing, though, is there are some top people who have private messaged me, who most of the martial arts community know, and they have said, we have been watching you. You're saying everything we would like to say. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you guys come out and say it? Why am I the one being like a freaking scapegoat out here, right? But I was shocked. I actually didn't want to pick it up because I didn't think how bad it was going to be. But this book is worse than the things I rant about. Because he's older than me, so he got to see the degeneration of it.
Yeah.
And it's worse than I thought. It was so bad, I actually put it down again.
Wow.
Right? So my point of that is technically first. And you have to be able to willing to admit yourself, which they're not. I'm not teaching my people how to throw a jab and a cross properly in the first place. I'm teaching them how to kick. Who's gonna do that and be able to admit that to themselves? After that, it's about freaking focus. Everyone is too scattered all over the place, which brings me to my next point. Because I'm going to show you something. Frustration is not the word for this, Jamie. It's not frustration. It's, you know what? They just don't know. When we say, you got it, if you want to learn TCF properly, if you've seen us in fights, if you've come to the garage, you've seen us tell you do whatever you want, you see it doesn't work, but you want to learn it, but you want to go back and continue doing what you're doing. We keep telling people, you got to give it 3 years. And Ria is very adamant about this by itself. And I'm going to tell everyone this from a logical point of view. One other thing on my wall. And it's good to have it written down so people can see it and snapshot it or whatever, right? This is how the brain works. when you neuro associate, it is a neuro association. This is a biological reality, right? We create a physical connection. There's a very thin neural strand in our brain. This is a physical connection to any activity we undertake. This is something that actually grows in your brain, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So these neural strands are in your brains. Repeat the behavior, the connection strengthens, and it actually becomes thicker, like a freaking cable. In order to interrupt that emotion or particular in the physical skills, you got to stop using the old pattern in order for it to be weakened. And for now, if you flip the page, in short, switching focus between different skills, you can't maintain focus. It reduces your accuracy, quality, and the work. Hence, that's why nobody has mastery in anything. They have a lot of stuff. But the one thing Ria says is, if you notice, nobody is mastery in anything. So you can't be jumping around when you're trying to learn this. It doesn't say that that dies. It becomes thinner. So that now when you learn TCF, you can say, well, you know what? Why am I going back to that when it's inferior? Or you can say, now I have a choice between, you know what? I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to do that if I want to. And it will come back. The neural strand will come back. This is the physical reality thing.
Yeah, the thing is, it applies to everything, right? So if you're learning, let's say you're learning BJJ, then do only BJJ for a while so that you could make that connection solid. If you're learning Thai boxing, then do Thai boxing alone for a long while. So it could, but if you're doing BJJ and Thai and then a Monday morning class at something else, then you have a whole lot of thin strands of no mastery.
Of nothing, of no mastery. And this is what TCF is built on.
So because we have such a complex, I mean, it really takes 3 years just to get the foundational stuff, right? Then it takes years to master all those things. So I have benefited from doing only one thing for the past 4 decades versus someone else who has a black belt in 3 different systems and can't close the distance, for example,
right.
Or can't crash the zone, or doesn't know where they should be, because it's not because they haven't learned it, perhaps they've learned it somewhere, but because they had so many things going on, the connection in the brain has not made it a reality where they recognize immediately and can do it. You need to have that recognition, and that only comes from growth, physical growth as well as understanding.
Yeah. And as long as you realize now, Jamie, this is a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is why thinking does not get us out of sometimes bad situations we're in. You can't think yourself out of not smoking or not eating junk. You have to repeat the behavior you want to do so that strand grows.
Yes, sir. That makes so much sense. It breaks my heart because my ADD, I like to do a bunch of different things, but it also explains why sometimes I'm limited in my growth in a certain area when I'm trying to learn something and then maintain other pieces. That makes a lot of sense.
Now, I'm not saying what you're doing is that's what actually keeps us young. Like if from here I want to go learn Italian, and then Ria wants to go learn, well, she's already a dancer, let's say she wants to go learn something else. That's what actually keeps us young. It keeps the brain active, but that doesn't give you mastery.
Yeah. Well, and jack of all trades, master of none. I know that's a piece, and it's well, that's an old adage, and it can't be repeated forever and ever because it's completely invalid.
No, exactly. Exactly. It's like some people when they meet me say, "Gee, you're very old school." No, I'm about what works. It's not old school or new school. What works? Tell me logically. Show me what I just showed you on the wall. How are you going to argue with that?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I appreciate this so much.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
With the basics of the technical skill, at first, what I'm hearing is proper body mechanics is step one.
That's one. Nobody's doing it anymore. I'm sorry to say it. Show me someone. They drag, they do this looping hook first. And I'm not saying no, do the looping hook. I'm just saying that if we do a looping hook, it's by choice, not default.
Ah,
No sense of distance. They don't understand a kill zone. They don't know zoning. They don't know their own zone. I mean, the list is down the line. That's just the basics.
that's just the basic. This might be a good time. We had talked about you demonstrating you were going to break a
Yeah,
coconut.
I'll break and I'll go outside to my bag. So if we are, let me put it down here. Can
Yeah,
you see where is, can you see that there?
I do see the coconut, sir.
You can see, and how can you see me? The rear, raise the lens up a little bit.
You wanna bring the coconut?
Yeah, you have to,
here?
no, you can't, you have,
Bring it
maybe
here.
bring it back,
Watch out for the.
bring it back,
Mm-hmm.
like that. So if I go back, go up a little bit now with the camera. If I go back, can you see me if I go down lower?
No, you don't want to change your positioning. What you need to do is go back if you want to have more body in your shot.
Okay, so like that. Right, there you go. That's good, that's good. Okay, go up a little bit on the camera. Right, now we have a lot, right, so go down. Can you see that, Jamie?
Whenever you speak, I see more of you, and I know it's not a body double. I trust you.
Yeah, you can see the coconut?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, the striking of focus, no drag, can't drag on this, it won't break, or it'll cut your hand. And I'm doing it with my left hand to show people,
Yes, sir.
right? Snap back. And then finish it off if I want to.
Ooh,
Bring it back up here. So that's just one aspect of striking and give me that cloth, and understanding, Jamie, no damage, no red. Notice that? So we can hit that punching bag 8 or 9 times with no red turning of the hand or the knuckles, right? And because that's the physics of striking.
no
Pull
break.
back, the no drag. If we had to, if you notice when people break, they got to toughen their hands. They got to have tough knuckles. Look at my hands, you know? Because it's not that they're striking wrong, but they have been taught, I got to go toughen this so I can slam my hand through these bricks or through this coconut. You cannot slam your hand through those coconuts. You're going to break your hand. But if you technically understand it, so that's the kind of Rhea, come here. So to translate that, whenever we strike, for safety purposes, I'm telling her what I'm coming with, just for safety for this video, right?
We
So I'm
need
gonna tell her
safety in
what-
this. I don't know if this is what this is going to be rated, sir. So we need safety. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Safety, definitely. So I'm just going to tell her when I come forward, move back, just move, right? So when you go forward, that's what we're thinking of. We're thinking of that coconut every time we strike. If I'm coming across her face and I want to hit her with this palm strike across her face there, so Rhea, when I'm going to come hard, when I attack, go that way, right? You see, that's it. That's how we're thinking when we strike with every single move, Jamie.
Can I ask Rhea a question?
Yes.
I notice when you're demonstrating and you're doing it for the sake of the camera, it looks to me as if it is hard for you not to hit back. Like that is a conscious to like, oh,
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not in.
I know the answer, but let me see what she said.
It's not my natural reaction to just run. Which is what it's asking me to do.
I'm asking her to run, right? Yes, that's a very good observation, Jamie. But mainly it's because they know that you cannot cover on TCF, because if you cover and put your hands up, you're going to come right through the hands. The hands are like nothing to us, right? So if you try to block with the hands, are like we're coming right through the hands. And the only way for her to survive is to be the best time to attack somebody, even though it's very hard in TCF, is when they're attacking. That's the best time to attack somebody. So in reality, what she would do, right? What she wants to do, I'm not going to tell her. Yeah, I'm not going to tell her what to do. But if now I'm jabbing at her, she's ready to go already. Right?
yes.
She's ready to take off. She's coming at you.
I mean,
It's like immediate. It's like today in combat, Jamie, it's like this. The phone rings, people pick it up, or they look at it ringing, and then they pick it up, and they wait and go, hello. That's combat today. When you ring us, we're going to answer right away. And every ring for us from you is you punching or trying to kick us or rush us. That's a ring. We're going to pick up.
Sir,
and it's going to be immediate.
That's a hell of a customer service. You pick it up on the first ring.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're going to pick that. We're going to pick it up on definitely on the first ring, 99% of the time, unless we're playing around. So the last thing I want to show you with the bag. So you saw the coconut. We got to see that there.
I have you froze. Oh, there you are. There you are, sir.
You can see us now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the coming to Jesus moment when people come to visit this bag. So that's the coming to Jesus moment, right? Everybody thinks they can strike. Okay, G, well, we can't really break a coconut. Okay, whatever, right? This bag is the bag we use as a standard for everything we hit, besides a coconut. It's like rock. See, because it's specially built. It's on a stand, it's outside because it cannot take the weight of it cannot be put inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a specially built platform we have it on. And you cannot drag on this bag at all. And you can ask Steve Mosley.
I was going to ask. I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Right away. So when people say my bags or coconuts and stuff don't hit back, yes, it does. It does hit back, right? But this is where you really learn how to focus. 4 parts of a focus. Don't drag. Don't drag from any angle like that. And you got to hit it at a point, even if I'm going around Jamie, right? Even if, no, that's really bad, right there. Even if I'm going around like that, yeah?
Yeah.
There's still a point. It's teaching you there's a point. You can't do this. You can't do an uppercut and do that. Can't do that. It teaches you that every strike still has a point before it comes back out.
Yes,
and
sir.
if you don't understand that empty hand first, and people don't understand how this translates when you put a glove on, it's like Dwight sometimes comes and he says, we have a glove on. We use the smaller gloves. And I say, okay, I promise you guys, I'm only going to demonstrate on my left side. And I do something against him. He says, gee, thank God that's your left hand. Right? So this is the mother of all things. We call it Freddy. This is actually Freddy the Third, because every 7 to 10 years, one goes down because it dry rots no matter what I put to cover it, the rain. And I think Freddy the Second is still on the ground there. See her?
Yeah, he's got to be staring at the other guy going, this is what happens sooner or later, get used to it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, baby.
Well,
beautiful,
sir.
Jamie. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I want to say thank you. It's always such a pleasure to get to know someone that has the technical skills of violence in a real world way that is actually a pleasure to be around. I really appreciate you and your wife coming on the show today.
You are most welcome, and I hope I answered that question about what do I see in the martial arts world today. I can't see anything else until I see without the technical. So what's the use in saying anything else about? You know what I mean?
Oh, you answered it beautifully.
Yeah, everything is born out of that. Technical.
So, if someone wants to find you and train with you, what avenue would they go through to be able to train with you and learn from you And
They can
are
come through, yeah, they can come through the Facebook Messenger. They can come through my Instagram. I have to be pretty active on those because of my drama business. Um, and through the website, the TCF. Let me just make sure I have it right. And I can make sure and give you all of this,
yeah,
Jamie, for when you're posting. But uh, TCF, tcfsystem.com.
great.
That's the website. Yeah.
Yeah, and for everyone who's watching the show, when you go to the description, we're going to have some links that could take you to his Instagram, Facebook, as well as website, if that's something you're okay with, Mr. Joseph.
Most welcome. It's such an honor. You were so good. So many great questions. So many
Thank you.
great questions. You're most welcome. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you so much. This is
All
Jamie
right.
Sparling, a FormABLE podcast with a formable human, G. Anthony Joseph, and his wonderful wife. I'm blanking on the name, sir.
Come here.
Ria.
Ria.
Rhea. That's it.
Coconut.
Beautiful
Oh,
wife,
you
Rhea.
notice what she's eating? She's eating the coconut.
Yeah. Well, she deserves it. She just was
No,
just.
she can't. Listen, Jamie, twice a year I go on a water fast only for 10 to 12 days. Today is day 8. She cannot be eating in front of me.
You broke it.
What? I broke it, yeah.
Well, I mean, you broke it, and I got to take the heat on that one. I called her over. I mean, she was
You
over in the
did.
corner just getting a little something, and I
She
called
was.
her
She
out.
was. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much.
You are the
Okay.
best, and I look
Call me,
forward.
message me anytime. You never bug me.
You have no idea how much I could actually bug you, sir. This has been fascinating, but I'll do my
Good.
best not to.
It's okay. I love it. I love it too much. Take care,
Great
my
so
friend.
much. Thank you
All right.
so
Mwah.
much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. And everyone out there, like, subscribe, all that happy stuff. And we'll have Mr. Joseph back, Jamie Sparling, FormABLE Podcast, G. Anthony Joseph, and his wonderful wife, Rhea,
Yeah.
who's now
Right.
eating the coconut. So if you thought there was some funny business there, it went from zero to
That's
eating the
right.
coconut that fast. See us next time. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.